You're watching UConn Huskies Unleashed, sponsored on WFSB by the Connecticut personal injury law firm of Riscassi and Davis.
Never Stop, Life, Leadership, and What It Takes to Be Great. Dan Hurley's first book came out this fall and quickly became a New York Times bestseller.
And in the book, the Hurleys were an open book discussing how they met and what they do to stay strong through the ups and downs of life.
Well, going through the book, Dan talked about meeting you at a bar, talking about your first date. He said in the book that you described it as the most boring date you had ever been on in your entire life.
It was bad. Well, we were supposed to go to the movies, and we started off bad because I have curly hair. I said it in the book. Like the day I met him on that Thursday night, and I had poker straight hair. And then when we were going out on Saturday, I did my hair curly, just being like, oh, like I'm gonna show him my curly hair. I didn't even really like him, but I'm like,
said, who's that?
And he got in the car, and he was so rude because I mean, I kind of knew his personality, and I'm just like, oh, here we go. So we were supposed to go to dinner. Took me back to his apartment, which I was like, this is not good. And then the car got stolen. We sat there all night eating cheeseless pizza, watching golf. And then I was like, I just want to go home. Yeah, we didn't talk. And then he went out to his car. I said, take me home. Went out to his car. There was no car there. It was just all set. It just seemed like a setup because he didn't care. Like there was no sense of urgency to call anyone. It was just like my car got stolen. I'll deal with it in the morning. And I'm like, whoa, what about, how am I getting back? So yeah, I slept there with my shoes on and my coat on, just in case I had to hit the skids.
So what tempted you then, after the most boring date ever, to go on a second date with him?
I don't know. It was like, I actually liked the way he was. Like, I liked that he didn't give a crap about it. And it was kind of like, whoa, like this guy's kind of cool. Like,
refreshing.
Yes. And like, he doesn't, like, that was kind of like, oh, he doesn't get frazzled easily, or does he? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. And it was just, I don't know. It was just something like, all right, let's try it again. And it was more like a friendship. It was a friendship at first. You know, then we ended up like wanting to hang out every day, and we're married a year later.
I know that. You were 19 years old when he proposed?
19.
Wow.
That was August going into my sophomore year of college.
And you've mentioned this to me in other interviews, that he really wasn't around as a father in the very beginning. And he said, quote, Andrea was Jersey City tough. She could put up with anything but this, and no one on earth could put up with my schedule and my mood swings. I was working all the time, never home, never available, and it reached the point she couldn't stand the sight of me. And I was surprised by this. You actually considered a divorce.
I thought we were starting off our life with our new kid. You know, you went their nursery, and it was gross, rented furniture, it was awful. And he would come home from Rutgers, he was working at Rutgers, and he was a recruiting coach, so he's one of the main guys. So it was all day long, and I'm in this gross place with this newborn who, you know, and not to mention I was 22 years old, and I was just like, what did I do? So I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this, and I can't. Like, if he's not going to help me, like, I'm just going to go with my mom. And I went to an attorney, and I brought little Danny, and he said, bring me your financials tomorrow, come back tomorrow. I was like, okay. I brought them. And he's looking at me and he's like, how much debt do you have from the, you know, like, and at this point we didn't have that much, but it was like, he's like, you need to go home. Like, go home. He's like, come back in 6 months if you don't think it's gonna work. And I'm just like, but then I went home and something happened. It was like, he's not going to bars, he's not going out with friends, he's not golfing, he's working. So,
for you.
And I'm just like, it kind of hit me, you know what, like, he's trying to do something for us. Why am I busting his chops?
I mean, I love them, and I just think they're so vulnerable. They're both so open and honest, and I think it's something that we all can relate to.
I take away one sentence. Why is she busting his chops? Please, does anybody else want to hear that from anybody?
It's all worked out. That's the good thing.
All right, coming up. You want more? We got more. Part 2 of Aaron's interview with Andrea. And they're talking about Dan's struggles with his mental health and the work ethic that helped make him a 2-time national champion.